Hey, welcome to Bayou Blades Podcast, the original Moccasins podcast, the voice of the fans. My name is Heath.
And I am Daniel.
Welcome back again. We'll go ahead and play our sponsorship ad for the week. Well, how
Yeah.
was your week, Daniel?
Man, it was great. Twin City Designs, boy, I tell you what, he does some good work, don't he?
So far.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah,
had a
yeah,
complaint yet. So
yeah.
we're
I'm
really
telling you.
excited. Thanks, Twin City Design, for hanging out
Yeah,
with us and helping out where you have. And we're waiting on our shirts to come in any day now and our hats and all that. And we can
we
get
are
that Georgia
pumped.
hat off you. That'll be great.
Yeah, it's getting a little raggedy, but it's all right though. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, my week was good though, Heath. What about yours? Great
Pretty
hockey,
good. Good, a lot of hockey.
man,
You know, I was kinda worried it was gonna be a slow hockey week, honestly, and then it wound up being better than
man.
it's gonna be a good couple of weeks for us, I think. We got a couple
Yeah,
good weeks ahead.
yeah. I mean, man, Vegas wrapped it up, and then Carolina was just, woo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stankoven and Hall and those guys, man, they just went nuts.
Yeah.
They were feeling it, man. They were feeling it.
I
Boy, I feel bad for the Habs.
that last game this week, I didn't have time to put my bet in before, well, I could have, I just kinda forgot to put it on the Facebook. 'Cause I'm trying to get my lock in, for the game, for the
Yeah,
big games.
yeah,
I don't bet on everything, but, I
yeah.
had bet Taylor Hall point, uh, you know, Carolina to win, and I had under under 7 goals, I think it was under 7 or something like that,
Uh,
and I had that both teams will no, there was no overtime and both teams will score a goal. And that last period, I was kinda nervous Canada wasn't gonna
Sweating
get
it
a
out a little
goal.
bit, wasn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
I
sweating
actually
going
just
on there.
I turned I looked up and I said, "Okay, they got a goal," and I turned it off. I went to bed. I had to go to work, so
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
congratulations, to Vegas and congratulations to Carolina.
Carolina, yeah.
The
That's
first
gonna be
time
a
in
hell of a
20 years for
series.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Everybody's a lot of people are talking crap. They're saying, "Oh, this is gonna be a terrible." I don't know why. I mean, Vegas is the dominant team that, kinda struggled through the season. Carolina has been dominant all season long. I
All
think
season.
it's gonna be a shootout. You were saying you thought that this would go to 7. I think it's gonna be 5.
I think it's gonna go to 7. I think you're gonna see the experience, kick in with Vegas, man, they have gotta keep up with those young legs, and, I mean, goodness, that 4th line for Carolina has been playing unconscious, man. They've been playing some good, good, good hockey, and,
Yeah, and
I
on the
mean,
other hand, Vegas's top guys really stepped up,
yeah, they stepped up, now and you have to have that when you're going into the Stanley Cup, your top guys have to perform. If they don't perform, then you're not gonna win, and you gotta say that
Yeah.
about Vegas. They performed. They did. They came through.
Yeah, they got in there, and Marner is leading the entire playoffs with
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
Mitch Marner, I guarantee you, and I know he's from Toronto and all
Uh-huh.
that, but I guarantee he is just like, "Yeah, you motherfuckers," like, "Yeah, you bitches." You know what I'm
Excuse our
saying?
language. Yeah,
Hey,
excuse our language, but that's what he's saying
you
because
know he is.
after that game where they clinched, he was skating around, looking around like, "I hope
Oh,
the camera
man, I bet
gets
it's
me because
yeah.
this is straight to Toronto right here, buddy."
Yeah, right
But,
to Toronto. He made
yeah,
some kinda comment saying, they were like, "What do you guys attribute to the success?" He says, "When we're having a bad game, we don't jump on each other." Something
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
And everybody's, "Oh, that's about Toronto." Maybe it is. You know,
yeah.
I don't know Toronto very well. I haven't watched much of their stuff, but, they kinda cheered when Austin Matthews went down. Nobody stood up to fight for Austin Matthews when, Rodko put him in the dirt, and broke his leg. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, that right there shows you what kind of team he was playing for, you
Yeah, well,
know?
look, I can tell you exactly about Toronto, okay? Toronto sucked this year. That's
Yeah,
exactly how they
yeah,
were this year. They sucked
yeah,
this year. So he was
yeah,
happy to be in Vegas. I guarantee he was happy.
yeah. And then he turned down, last year he turned down Carolina, that trade, and then he
Mhm.
went to Vegas. So, I mean, that's crazy. That's just
He
you gotta
wanted to be
love
in
hockey,
Vegas.
man.
Yeah, he
Hockey is
apparently
the
wanted to be there.
best unscripted drama on television. It really is.
Yes, yes, with
Yeah.
fights.
Yeah, with fights. You get fights.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
you get
why people
fights.
don't love it, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it either. I mean, it's like, you get a great script on the ice, and it's always goes down to the final minutes, and it's just like, man, and then the guys get on there and just whoop each other's ass sometimes, and it's just
And the
hitting in the board.
skill and the
Yeah, the
speed and the
skill. I,
precision,
I can't
the
imagine the
athleticism.
hand-eye coordination and skating on ice. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, what?
It's I
No,
think if you're for an athlete, it's the hardest discipline to play. I really do
yeah,
think that,
yeah,
and I would
yeah.
think that, you I mean, I don't play any sports, so, I mean, what can I say? But,
Well,
I just what I
well,
see, it seems like the hardest sport to play.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I played baseball and I played basketball. Played basketball in high school and stuff, and baseball and stuff. Not in high school and baseball, but love the sport. But the hardest thing to do is to hit a baseball. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
but the hardest thing to do collectively is hockey
Okay.
because it's
Yeah.
easy to catch a baseball. It's easy to
Yeah.
throw a baseball for most people. Some people
Yeah.
I've met that cannot throw a baseball.
Yeah,
Okay,
me.
but
No,
but
I dislocated my shoulder once, that's my excuse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll stick with that one, right? Stick
Yeah.
with that. But I mean, hockey, you can see like we went to the event, the season ticket holders event, and
Yeah.
you saw that these players that've been playing hockey all their life still couldn't put that puck exactly where they wanted to every single time.
Yeah.
So
With no
it's
pressure,
still, yeah, with no pressure whatsoever. It's
just standing
still very
still,
hard,
shooting a straight line, it was still
right?
difficult, you know?
Very difficult. So
So,
collectively to me, hockey has got to be the most difficult sport in the world.
yeah.
You know.
Besides, like, badminton.
What do you mean badminton? I
I
was
don't know.
good at badminton in school, man. What are you
Well,
talking
oh,
about? I was like the
yeah.
badminton champion of my of
You were
my
the
class,
champ,
man.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I would
Y
spike it right down your throat sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was terrible at every sport,
Well,
just terrible at all. I'm not an athlete, I'm not an athlete.
the net's a little tall, so we got to get to
It
that.
it
So,
has nothing to do with height, it's all about, hand-eye coordination, and, still bad at that, still really bad at that.
well, you're a good hunter, so that's a good thing.
I wouldn't say that either,
You're not
I
gonna say
am
that
a
either.
hunter.
God,
Yeah,
no.
I am
What
a
the hell are
hunter,
you good at?
that
Nothing.
you know, I'm 40 years old, and here we are, still
Uh,
trying to figure that out, Daniel.
hey, well, you're
I'm
you're good
hey,
at you're good at running a podcast. All right, you're doing a
I'm
heck of a
I
job. Hell of
used
a
to be
job.
really good at drinking. I was so
Oh,
good at it that I had to stop. I had to give up the belt. You
That's
know what I'm
that's not a
saying?
s that's not a skill, brother. That's not a
Okay.
skill, brother. Sorry
I'm
about
pretty
that.
good at running my mouth. I can do that. I'm really good at that.
There we go. We got that one.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's a
Well,
skill amongst itself.
yeah. So
Uh,
talking I guess that's what's going on in the NHL right now. We're waiting for the Stanley Cup, and
Stanley Cup.
I'm telling you right now, it's Vegas. It's Vegas all the way.
Well, Vegas, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have any skin in the game on either one of them. I love both of these teams. I love the way they play, the style of play. I don't care who wins. I really don't.
Yeah.
I just think it's gonna be one hell of a series. I really
Either
do.
way, it's gonna be a storied series. It's kinda
Yeah,
crazy how everything played out, so it's gonna be
it
awesome.
is. It
And
is.
once again, no Canadian teams got to the Stanley Cup, and that's what matters. That's what
I
matters.
wasn't gonna
No
say anything just in case there
Yeah.
was Canadians
Yeah,
listening tonight,
yeah,
I don't
what
know.
really matters is no Canadian teams made it to the Stanley Cup. Hey, I really don't care. If Montreal had gotten there, I like Montreal, so I'd have been like, "That's awesome." I like Ottawa.
Well,
I'm an Ottawa fan, but,
yeah.
that's just because Brady Kachuk, honestly.
So
But
in this segment right here, folks, we're gonna go if you have any derogatory statements or any complaints about the podcast, send them to Heath Gorman
yeah.
at 318
Yeah. Hey, and this next segment is brought to you by Canadian Tourism.
Oh
I
man.
wanna go to the Hockey Hall of Fame, so I gotta get to Toronto one day, but,
Yeah, one day they're
we'll
gonna let
move
you across the line after that
yeah,
statement.
they're gonna shoot me
So
crossing the
yeah,
line.
yeah,
Well, let's talk about some Moccasins news. Not a whole lot going on right now. They're keeping their heads
yeah,
down, a little quiet,
yeah.
but, the roller hockey's coming up. Pretty excited
Roller
about that.
hockey's coming up. Yeah, they I think it's gonna be it's $180, I think, to join. But you
Mhm.
need to have all your equipment from what I understand. You need to have your skates, your stick, and everything that you need. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, which I don't know what all goes into roller hockey, but we need to give it some kind of publicity here because I mean,
Yeah.
this is to me, this is planting the seed in Monroe. And I
And
think
this is
this
an
is
opportunity to play with and be coached by Moccasins players and
right.
coaches.
Moccasins players and a coach, coach could have been coach of the year, really. I mean,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it should
that's
really should have been. Yeah.
yeah, Coach Perrant is going to be there. I think Carlos Feneris, Corson Green, and I think Andrew Ballant is the other one that's going to be there.
Yeah.
So those are the guys that's going to be there. And I mean, look, if you can't learn from those four guys,
You can't learn.
just give me and Heath a call. We might bring you on the podcast.
You might get on the podcast. Yeah.
'Cause we're not going
Honestly,
to be out there doing it. I promise you that.
it got cut out of last interview. I'd asked Pete because Pete played a lot of roller hockey. And I asked him, like, hey, man, what's advice you would give to a 40-year-old man who's never played hockey, who hasn't really rollerbladed much in his life and wants to play roller hockey? And I didn't know at the time that the roller hockey was about to happen. And he said, my advice is don't do it. You're too old and you're going to break something, you know,
we
stay
can't we
out of
can't
it,
buy you we can't buy you another knee. Okay. So,
I can't get it.
so
Yeah. And I have a physical job. I have to be on my feet all day. So I just cannot risk dying or
yeah,
breaking my hip or something. But
yeah.
I would be out there otherwise.
You'll
I can't
you'll
see
see.
workman's comp paying out on I broke my hip
Yeah,
playing
no,
roller
no, they're
hockey.
gonna look at that
So
and they're gonna say, "What?
yeah, that's
What
not
is what
what you do
happened?"
for a living. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
So
don't think so. But we'll be there on the sideline going,
yeah, we're gonna be
that's
handing out water, some
yeah,
towels, You guys are kicking ass out here.
yeah, yeah. So, I think the dates of this are gonna be, June 8th, 10th, 15th, and 17th. Then July, it's gonna be the 6th, the 8th, the 13th, the 15th, the 20th, the 22nd, the 27th, and the 29th.
Yeah.
And they did supply a phone number as well if you're interested in that. It's 318-812-0457. So
One
if
more time for the people in the back.
318-812-0457.
Yeah,
So
get out there,
man,
play some hockey, have some fun. This is a
lose
good
some weight.
community event. It's something everybody needs to show up to and just hang out.
There you
We're
go.
gonna try to make it to a couple and just mingle and maybe try to get some guys to come do some interviews and stuff like that. Try to pull some people to the side. So that's
Right.
where we're at.
Right. Support it. I mean, this is still a Monroe Moccasin event,
Hmm.
and come support it. Come support the team. Be a part of that support. We need all the advertisement we can get to further help further this organization and further this team and
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 the
and
state
it
of
helps
hockey.
the players. Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
money is probably being used to help the players, and
of course.
with some of the expenses and stuff. So
Right.
this is not a league where you make a lot of money. So anything you can do would be very helpful.
Right.
We'll just throw that out there.
Right. Right. So back
Well,
to
it's
the FPHL. We talk about the Monroe Moccasins. Nothing really going on there. Nothing happening
kind
with
of slow. Yeah,
yeah, we're waiting on the dispersal draft to come around. Uh, let's talk about that elephant in the room right now. Let's go.
it's
Let's talk
big,
about the
man. A lot of
FPHL.
shit hit the
It's a
fan last night.
lot of shit.
I was kind of worried we wouldn't have much to talk about. Then it
Yeah,
exploded.
it's to me, and I don't mean to say, I don't mean to put anything out there, or I'm not poking the bear or anything like that. But man, it seems like there's an awful lot of damn drama in South Carolina.
Well, we've experienced some of that drama, right?
Yeah, I guess we
Some
have.
of that drama messaged me personally and
Right.
got very dramatic. And
And
I
me
won't say,
also. Yeah.
yeah, I won't say who, or what, but they did. And Kubia. And we
And it
but look, we have you've been kind of leading up on this and we've gotten some rumors. We've gotten some scoops. We're the scoop channel tonight,
We're Scoop Channel. And and look, and this is all our perspective. This is all what we're thinking. We're trying to put two and two together here.
It's
Now,
opinions.
it's
It's
opinions,
opinions and
and
speculation.
this
So
but this is probably what's on everybody's mind about the PD situation, about them going to the SPHL. Okay.
yeah.
So they've been in the FPHL for 1 year,
1 year, got to the cup, good
got
run.
to the cup, and don't get me wrong, they had an exceptional year. All right. But what I'm looking at too is their season record, regular season record was not good. I think they
No.
were 24-25 or something to that effect.
Yeah, it wasn't a great they got a good puck bounce. I mean, honestly, they did.
They did, and I mean, they barely scraped by Carolina. I mean, Columbus. Okay, 2
Mhm.
overtime wins.
They beat
Okay,
Athens.
that's right. They beat Athens, which, Athens, to me, probably really wasn't worried about winning the cup this year, but, either way it goes. But yeah, so they had a great run, and that's a great run. A lot of times teams get hot in the playoffs and they make that run all the way to the championship. They did
Yeah.
that, kudos, kudos to them. But man, to make this jump to the SPHL and then the way it's kind of happened, you know, you saw just as well as I saw, and everybody in Moccasin Land saw the same thing on the unofficial page and everywhere else. It's posted
Mhm.
everywhere.
Gary
The
Ryan,
FPHL, Gary Ryan,
Fed
right?
East Flash,
Yeah, Fed East
broke it.
Flash. They the FPHL come out with a legal statement regarding it. Now, everybody
It
can
says
read this.
non-legal statement. I actually read the
Right,
statement. It says
right. It
not a
says
legal statement,
non-legal,
so
but it
yeah.
was legally written. I promise
It
you
was a
that.
let's say
Yeah.
official statement, right?
Official
Official
statement. There
statement.
you go. Official statement. Let's be right. Let's be right. So the official statement to me sounded like somebody dropped the bomb right before the summer meetings.
I think during. I kinda
You
believe
think?
during the summer meetings. I read that right before we came on. I read that statement a little more clearly, and I kinda glanced through it last night, and we were talking about it this morning, but, I kinda read through it, and it said, something to the point of I won't go word for word because I don't remember, but it said that basically the league was already investigating PD just like they investigate every team to make sure that they're ready for the season financially and they
Right.
have their leases secure, all of their employees are right and everything like that. There's some due diligence every season to make sure that you're ready for the season. And they were in their due diligence period, and then before that ended, it said that is when PD kinda made the announcement, and they didn't make the announcement to the league first, they made it public first, which
Right.
is in bad taste in my opinion.
That's bad taste. That's bad business. You know what I mean?
It's
You
very
you
bad
do
business.
not burn bridges. Okay.
Yeah,
So to me, now I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's really going to happen. But I just kind of a scenario in my mind is okay. So everybody out there in the FPHL, okay, every team, every fan, we're all waiting on the dispersal draft. We're all waiting on scheduling. We're all waiting on everything.
and
Okay.
that's what that meeting was intended to do,
And that's
was
what that
get
meeting
all
was
that
intended to
going.
do.
Yeah,
Right. And it didn't. And the reason was PD.
yeah,
Okay. They're the reason that everybody else now is waiting. So PD
yeah.
makes it to the championship game. They get a little too big for their britches, from what I
They
think.
win the first,
They
first
win the
game
first.
because
They get
you
a
know
little too big for their britches, and they think that, hey, you know, our shit don't stink right now. All right.
yeah,
We need to be notified of these things, these changes and everything, and blah, 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 all this other kind of crap. Right.
yeah.
So this is what I'm figuring out. So maybe this is what's happening. And so they say, hey, screw the FPHL, screw every team that's in the FPHL,
All the
screw
fans.
every fan that's in the FPHL. We'll
Yeah.
just drop this bomb right before the summer meetings, and they won't be able to accomplish anything.
It
So,
was meant it seems like it may have been meant to disrupt.
yeah, it was meant to disrupt. There's no
Yeah.
doubt in my mind it was meant to disrupt, and
And
I'm
why, as a business person, would you want to just
want to do
disrupt
that.
a league who I think has been very kind and they've done very well in this league.
Yeah,
They had a great fan base. They have a good team that they stole from us. And,
we won't talk about that right now, but
hey,
yes,
you know,
there's a lot of Monroe players that went to that team to open that team up for the season, and there's a lot
yeah,
still on that team.
there was a
So, I
lot of
mean,
stuff.
you know, we don't want to beat the dead horse, but you know, that damn dead horse is being beaten pretty hard right now.
It's
And
smelling. It
he's
smells.
smelling really bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so let's say this. Could the FPHL have a lawsuit against them for doing
I don't
that?
know.
I don't
I
know.
don't I don't
Is
know the legal
legally could they
precedents.
stand on something like that? And if they did, say they did file a lawsuit, would the SPHL still want them to come to the SPHL if there was a lawsuit filed?
Well, the SPHL is a business, no matter what. They're a business, so I would think they wanna take your money either way,
Yeah,
but it is, in my opinion, it's bad business. It kinda feels like, and I said this earlier, "Screw you guys, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home."
I'm going
That's what it
home.
feels like,
Yeah. I didn't get
you
what
know?
I paid for. I mean, excuse me. I didn't win the championship,
The
and
rest didn't do what we told them to do, so,
yeah, that's
yeah.
that's right.
You know,
And of course, this is our opinion, folks. Okay, this is our
speculation,
opinion.
speculation.
Speculation,
But,
total
yeah,
speculation.
yeah, we have not had inside sources telling us all this, but,
No, yeah,
yeah,
we don't have inside sources. Damn it, we don't have
not
any of
yet,
that. All
not
right, we
yet,
don't
and
have that yet.
when we get them, we're gonna abuse the crap out of it.
Yeah, we're
Maybe
gonna
not.
keep them confidential, but
We will keep them confidential, we won't let anybody know who did what, but, yeah, we would love
when
to
the
have
crap
inside
needs
sources.
to be said, guess what?
Yeah,
Bayou Blades will say it. So,
we are the voice of the fans,
voice of the fans.
straight
Yeah,
up. Uh, we, uh we talked about it earlier, these guys are just Athens did it right. They kinda said, "Hey, appreciate everything. You got us here. We're outta here. We're gonna go to the SP," which was a good decision for them. I think financially, probably a good decision. They were
yeah.
already paying SP prices to their players,
But
most likely.
the stadium they're in, the Coliseum that they're in was built for Athens. That's why they built that to go to the SPHL. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why that was being built. All right, and
Mhm.
they wanted to be in that higher hockey league or what the upper leagues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's why it was there, and we kind of all knew that after the first year. We knew that, and
Mhm.
and I'll be honest with you, I've met a couple of their players, and I've been told by a few of their players that that was going
Yeah.
to happen. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. I
Yeah,
mean,
you knew about 2 or 3 weeks, well, about a month before they
about a
announced it, you
month.
knew.
Yeah, a month
We just
before it was
didn't drop
announced.
it
Yeah,
because we weren't sure, but
we wasn't
we
sure.
knew
We didn't want to
about a
put
month
that
out.
these people out there like that either. We
Right.
didn't want to say, oh,
Yeah.
well, they talked to so and so. But I mean,
Right.
like we said, this is speculation. This is all rumors. This is
Yeah.
us talking
Yeah, well,
amongst each
Athens,
other.
I think they did it right, it looks like they did. It sucks to lose Athens because that was a good rivalry for us, but
Right.
there's also speculation going around the internet that there may be another team moving to, uh,
Right.
to the SP, you know?
Yeah. And who
Maybe.
knows? Will it be the moccasins? I don't know if it'd be the moccasins. The big rumor is that it's probably going to end up being Columbus or something to that effect. I've heard
Yeah.
a couple of people say that and kind of go with that. I've actually heard other podcasts talk about that as well, that it could be
Mhm.
Columbus. I don't think Columbus could really support that. I mean, don't you have to have like 3,500 fans in a
I think it's
average?
like 3,200 a night average or something like that,
And they
which
just this
we
year
do
got over
okay
a
at
hundred
that.
thousand for a year. This is
Yeah,
their first time being over 100,000.
I really don't know, man, and it may just be whoever's putting the money up. I don't know
Yeah,
exactly what it costs to get a bid in the SP, but, I think it's, like, probably a
one
million
point.
and a half
Yeah,
or something like that. I don't know.
1.2 or
Yeah.
something. In fact, I think it is. What is
Yeah.
it in the FP? Is it 250 or 500 in the FP?
I've heard different things, bruised and battered, I think they said it was 500 or 250. I can't remember what they said,
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
if
Yeah.
anyone knows out there, if anybody's listening, and when you hear this and everything, please make a comment. If you know anything about it, or you got any kind of intel that we might want to know, get in touch with
Yeah.
us, or drop it in the comment section. I
Pretty good.
mean, it's all out there now anyway. It don't make a real big difference
Yeah.
who says what, but you know, let's
Oh,
go
we
with
wanna
it.
say thanks to all the fans for, submitting, pictures and stuff for the video we put out
Oh
this
my
week. It was
goodness.
really good. Yeah.
Man,
Best
was
fans in the
that
South.
amazing? Best fans
It
in the
come out
South,
really,
man.
really good. It come out really
Yeah.
good. Daniel kinda led the charge on that. Daniel does most of our social media stuff. I usually get on there and fumble around and mess up what he's already done, and then he has to come back and
No, no.
and fix what I did.
And don't let him fool you, folks. It's a group effort. It's a group. It's a
This is a
duo here,
this is
and
both of our faults. That's what he's
yes,
trying
this
to
is
tell you.
both our
This is
faults.
both of our
That's what I'm
faults.
trying to say. Without saying that, I'm trying to say that, right?
Yeah.
But but yeah, I mean, man, put that out there that we wanted some fan pictures from the stands, and man, and true moccasin fan, you know, it just man, I just can't even. It's 300 pictures, you
Yeah.
know,
And
300
I think
pictures.
you were still getting some after we'd already put the video out.
I'm still getting them. Yeah, I'm still getting them
Yeah.
this morning. And so, man, and that was within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Before 24 hours, we'd had 300 pictures. So I put in as many as I could. And honestly, guys, I don't. don't be surprised if there's another video that comes out with some
Yeah.
more pictures in it.
Some other
Okay.
day. Yeah.
But because the moccasin fans, you guys deserve it. And like I said, in true moccasin fashion, guys showed up and showed out with those
Yeah.
pictures. And man, it's so and the one thing, Heath, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but I noticed this about these pictures. And I'm looking at these pictures and I said, man, everybody looks so happy.
Yeah. Genuine happiness.
There wasn't
We
not one person that was upset in those pictures that you screamed and said, "Get out of the way."
Yeah.
Not one
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
So,
I remember, we were listening to it when you sent it over, and that when that "Best Fans in the South" line hit, I was like, "Oh, man, he nailed it." That was it, you know?
man, that is,
And
I
and
mean,
for
look,
you guys
that
who
couldn't
don't know,
define us.
Daniel sings all those songs, like, he is the voice in all those songs. If you didn't know, Daniel, if you see him at at the games, pull him to the side, "Hey, can you do a voicemail for me on my phone?"
Look,
He can
hey
sing that for
guys,
you.
if y'all want to hear the song live, I'll be performing on Friday night at the corner of 6th Street and Desert. All right. I'll have
Yeah.
my bucket out front and
Yeah.
my old
We gotta
raggedy
get the
guitar.
money somehow, yeah.
I've got it sitting over here in the corner. I got to put some more strings on it. Like we're going to have to do some kind of a fundraiser or something, or a raffle to give me some new strings and things like that.
Yeah,
But we'll figure something out. But I will be performing that live. It's only going to last about 3 minutes. So if you want to get there, you better
yeah.
get there early.
Best friends in the South. See, my voice doesn't carry like that.
But no, hey, look, if they really did, I mean, look, that song really defined the Monroe fans. We
Yeah.
are the best fans in this league.
I've said it before on here, and I'll say it again. Every player, and we talked to a good number of players, trying to get everything set
Yeah,
up, Uh, they all say, "Man, the fans here blow." And I'm not talking about just our players. I'm talking about players from other teams that
right,
go, "We love coming here because the atmosphere in this building is electric. Win or lose, no matter what side of the ice you're
right.
playing on, the boos fuel us."
Yeah.
So
So
they
we need
love
to
it
lay
too.
off the booms a little bit.
Yeah, don't boo the other teams. No,
Yeah,
no, but they just every player, every coach we've talked to, the broadcasters, everyone we've talked to says, second to none, there is no better fan base in this league than Monroe
then
fans.
Monroe.
That's
And that
just
is the truth, man.
100%.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've been to hockey games other places and I've been to the ball games other places and stuff, man. And I'm going to tell you, our fan base rivals the Georgia football fan base. I'm telling you, we're right there with them guys.
We are goaded. We are goaded. Now I'll say this: LSU literally had an earthquake, at their arena
That was
when they
because there
played
was
next year.
100,000 drunks in that stadium that fell off of the bleacher at the same time. That's all that
Yeah.
happened.
Have you ever been to Death Valley? It's intimidating. I can't imagine
Yeah,
playing
it's
there.
intimidating. It's
Yeah.
I can't imagine it either. I mean, because the fans look, there's video out there when Georgia played them where there's a family of 5, a husband, a wife, and 3 kids, okay,
Yeah.
under the age of 7, walking
Yeah.
out of the stadium, and the LSU fans pelting them with full water bottles.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Yeah.
like, man,
It's Hey,
it's
I
it's
am an
rough.
LSU
It's
fan, and
rough.
I've been pelted at Death Valley by LSU fans, all right? It's
By the
nothing.
same
Yeah.
fans that you're
Yeah.
cheering with,
The
right?
very same people. "You didn't cheer right, you dumb bitch." Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
didn't
right.
do it right.
Right.
Do it again. Yeah. Get
A
back
bunch
in
of
there and do it
bunch
again.
of
So,
drunk college
but
kids
no,
running
yeah,
leading the
but
scene
man,
out
yeah,
there.
I really think, man, I was really, really impressed by all the pictures. And then, like, again, thank you again for all those pictures. We'll be doing another video pretty soon on it, putting the rest of the pictures out. So if you got more, just keep sending them to us. We'll just keep, making videos with them or whatever. We're just trying to do
Yeah.
something for the fans because this
Just
is the fans, the voice of the
a
fans.
little gratitude from us because this podcast has really taken off and done a lot of good for my I'll
Right.
tell you for my own spirits because I tried getting it going a long time ago and it didn't work out. And with Daniel being in it and you guys really kind of helping us out with just the likes,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
comments, the shares, that stuff, we check it a lot more than we probably should. We're
Yeah.
constantly texting each other, "Hey, my god, you see this? You see that?" But
Yeah.
it really
Yeah.
means a lot to us. Every comment, every like, every view is something that we enjoy. So, thank from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
Yeah. bottom of my heart too. Thank you so much too, guys. It's really surreal how this is really taken off so far, and it's not even hockey season. So it's we can't wait for the season to come. And pay attention, watch the podcast. We're going to
Yeah.
be doing some raffles here real soon,
We're getting
hopefully,
some
and things
raffles
like that.
going,
So if
and
there's
it's just because we gotta pay for some of this stuff, it costs money,
right,
so
right, but it's going to be raffles that you're really going to be interested in.
you're
So I
gonna
mean,
love them.
if there's something out there that you would like to see us raffle, let us know. I
If
mean,
there's
I
something you
have
can donate that we can raffle, let us
yeah,
know.
that'd be
We're
much
trying to come up with some
appreciated.
stuff.
Right. Much appreciated as well. And you'll be mentioned on here for it, of course, and everything else. So,
Absolutely. But
but hey, there's a new team being announced too, supposed to be in the next day or two.
that's yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm really hoping I have and my speculation is, from the information I have that we've received, is that it's Baton Rouge coming back. I really
I
hope so.
hope it is too. I
Yeah.
kind of believe that it is too. I mean, Baton Rouge, Gary Ryan put out the other day that they had parked their domain name,
Mhm.
BR Hockey, and they had parked that name. So what that meant, from what I gather, is that that's basically so nobody else can get that name.
Right. Yeah, you're
So
reserving it
to
kind
me,
of.
that gives us hope that Baton Rouge
Yeah.
is coming back. So maybe
Yeah.
that's the big announcement. That'd be
I
great.
believe that I really I believe that that is something that can and will happen because I really enjoyed having that rivalry, and I enjoyed having a
Right,
team that close to play. It was really nice, you
right.
know?
And we need that. We need
Yeah,
that as the Monroe Moccasin organization, the Monroe Moccasin team. We need Baton Rouge to be right down the street from us to play.
yeah,
We need
and,
that.
we got, the Memphis team, the
Right.
May Monarchs. I keep wanting to
Mono.
say Mayhem. It should
Yeah,
have been the
dude,
Mayhem.
did you see they got people were coming up with ideas for the logo.
Yeah,
And man, and there was some hot ideas. I
yeah,
mean, really hot ideas. And for them to just go with a lion on the front of a thing that's calling the Monarchs or
Monarchs.
whatever, I'm just like, what the hell was that? What
Should've just
they
been the
missed the boat.
Butterflies. You should have been the Monarch Butterflies.
Yeah. Man, I'm
Better.
fearing that, that flock of
Yeah.
butterflies coming out at you, but
Yeah, way worser.
yeah,
You
way
know?
worse. But yeah, they had some really, really nice ideas. Some of the fans did. And man, I wish they would have listened
Yeah,
to the fans more than
the
what they did. Cause
Monarchs, I didn't love it,
yeah,
but we'll whoop the britches off of them this year and then maybe
yeah.
change their
Bring
name
it
after
on.
that. Yeah.
Bring it on. The moccasins will bite you. They'll snake
Well,
bite you.
man, I guess we need to
So
turn it to the sad part of the, episode
well,
here.
hey, before we do that, I wanna do
Okay,
mention
yeah,
somebody else,
one more
though.
thing. Yeah,
Ashley Hibbard, I told her that I would mention this.
yes.
Ashley Hibbard, on Facebook has said that they have a 20 by 40, uh, portable rink at their
Wow.
house, okay? And a few weeks ago, they were asking, if there was any kids in around that still wanted to play hockey and get that hockey fixed through the summer, that they
Yeah,
could get in
and get your
contact with
skills
her.
up, your skating
Yeah,
skills for
get your
sure.
skills. There's probably going to be a few players and coaches that come out every now and then to to practice up out there and everything else.
Yeah,
So if you do get in touch with her, her name is Ashley Hibbard, and it's on Facebook. And like I said, it's in Alto, which is not that far. I mean, it's just like a
it's not much.
suburb. Yeah, a
Yeah,
suburb of Monroe, basically.
yeah.
But that's really cool that they were nice enough to offer that
That's
out to
really cool. Yeah,
everybody
'cause
in Moccasin
those
Nation.
little rinks are not super cheap, so
They're not.
to be
They're
able to
not.
put that out there and help her out, if she needs some help with anything, would
Right, right,
definitely
right. And please, Ashley Hibbert, if you do need some help with anything, feel free to
let us
reach
know.
out to us and we'll try
We'll
to
try
put that
to
out there for you or
facilitate.
even help you
Yep.
as well. So,
Okay.
but yeah, back to the
Well, that's
sad part.
the sad part.
Yeah,
So, if you didn't know, this earlier this week, Claude Lemieux for the, Montreal Canadiens had the honor of walking the torch out for the Canadiens in their first home game in this playoff series or, the return home game.
right.
Uh, a couple days later, he committed suicide, apparently. His son found him. Uh, I'll say I've had a few personal friends and, family members, loved ones that I have who have had family members, commit suicide. I'm gonna tell you that is a thing that doesn't go away. It haunts your family forever. Uh, I've seen that devastation firsthand. I see it a lot. And if you are having any kind of issues, uh, I'll say my own personal experience. I've been close to that kind of thing, and I didn't see a way out. I didn't see a way out of the pain, and I think that's what most people go through in those situations. If you were to think that the worst pain you've ever been in is going to exist for the rest of your life, and you truly believe that in your head, I think there's some levity there. Uh, Emotional pain, you can't really explain it to people. Depression is a chemical reaction in your brain, and it can be cured. It can be healed. There's a path out. Uh, it's so cliche to say, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's gonna be okay. I mean, time heals more wounds than you know, and the fact that this man was on top of the world. He's a four-time Stanley Cup champion, and he had some problems. I read a report today. One of his close friends said that he was disappointed by never being in the Hockey Hall of Fame, and it just being on the ice again and all that kind of brought those old wounds up. So maybe that's what was going on. The reality is we'll never know what was going on.
Right,
His
right.
family sorry, I didn't wanna
It
cut you off.
well, it's you're right, Heath. It's just and thank you for sharing that. I mean, that takes a lot to share that, uh, to open your heart up like that and do that. I've never been that close, to that, but I have experienced it with somebody close to me.
Mhm.
And it's a hard thing to imagine that somebody actually is at that point.
Yeah.
But we're here to tell you, okay? Me myself, I am a firm believer in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I lean on Him a lot. That's always a way out. But if you don't feel like that's what you can do, man, reach out, reach out. You never
Yeah.
know what someone's going through, guys. Treat people like you want to be treated. But if you have that hole in your heart and you feel like that you have no other way out, man, reach out to someone. Reach out
Yeah.
to anyone. A stranger on the street. Reach out to us here on the podcast, man. We can,
Yeah.
DM us. We answer DMs all day long. DM us. We'll talk to you, man.
And
It's not worth that.
yeah, what helped me was professional help. I mean, honestly,
Right,
my friends and family are not set up to do therapy and
right.
counseling and distribute medication. It helped me so much. It was something I'm a redneck country boy. I ain't taking them drugs, and all that. I was that guy. And
Yeah,
man, I got to the end of my rope and I decided that I gotta do something.
right.
I wanted to be around for my family. A thought crossed my mind, and then maybe I think my therapist said this to me, my counselor at the time said that taking that step, committing suicide, I'll just say what it is taking your pain, compounding it, and putting it on someone else's shoulders. That's
Exactly,
essentially what that is. And
exactly.
you may feel like you escaped the pain, but I feel like if you believe that there's an afterlife, uh, that's I that
Right,
but, the reality is that is what it does. It puts that pain on other people. And,
right.
you know, go to professional help, like, go to counseling, go to therapy, go to support groups. There and it's abysmal in this country, but we're so lucky now we had the internet. There's, all these therapy sessions and stuff you can do on the internet. Some are
On the
free.
internet.
You do have to dig to get it, unfortunately. But we're gonna put up the number for the suicide helpline here. They
Right,
have the resources to get you to someone who can help you. So
right,
please, before you make that decision, reach out to this hotline and let them help you get to someone professional. I
right.
didn't want to make a big deal out of this, but it is something that's very close to
It
me, and
is.
so I kind of went a little
And it
further
it
than I
it
wanted
is
to.
a big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal. And, just people remember, you're not alone. You're not alone.
Yeah, you're not alone, and there is an end. There is a it will stop. It will
Right,
stop with time, and it will stop with healing, and, no matter what, it will stop, and
right.
it will stop in a
And
peaceful manner that won't hurt other people.
right. And I believe totally. I mean, look, there's 5 to 6,000 people that go to hockey games, every week and stuff, and there's probably
Yeah.
5 or 6,000 people that'll talk to you.
Yeah.
5 or 6,000 people out there that's going to care. And you just,
Yeah.
you're not alone. You're not alone. We're all here for whoever,
Yeah.
so please
Well,
just, you know, pay
well, I
attention.
hate
This
to
is,
end the podcast on such a I won't say bleak
yeah,
because I think if one person hears this
nah,
and that's
that's
it's
right.
done its job. So we're
That's
gonna
right.
end with it. We're not gonna end with a normal outro tonight. We're just gonna end with a little tribute to Claude and a suicide help prevention thing. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you made it to this, and I hope at least share this to someone if it helps anyone. It's done its job. So
Right.
have a good night.